Hey, if you're like me, you watch a lot of film photographers here on YouTube, and you're probably familiar with Ribsy over in the UK. Now, when I think of Ribsy, I think of three things. Number one, some killer photography, especially the street stuff. Number two, some of the best looking food on the planet. And number three, his own brand of film, new classic EZ400. So Ribs came out with EZ400 in the summer of 2021, and it sold out pretty quickly. Now, I was looking to grab 3 rolls, which I promptly shot and developed, and then kind of forgot about because, well, life. I was reminded of this film because Ribsy has ramped up production recently, and now it's available through several different outlets, including my favorite online source for all things film related, filmphotographystore.com. So there's a couple important points to mention about this film. It is not a brand new emulsion. It's an existing stock made in Europe. It is a 400 speed black and white panchromatic film. It's got a good amount of contrast and a whole lot of grain. Now, just like the Arista EDU film I shot recently, this film is not DX coded. Word on the street is that if you shoot it at 200, you're going to retain a little bit more detail in your shadows, and you're going to get some blooming in your highlights too. So a gritty, grainy, 400 speed black and white European film sounds like it has a lot in common with Fomapan, right? Well, here's what sets it apart: the packaging. And I'm not just talking about the graphics. Although just like the Cosmo photo film I reviewed a while back, the design and graphics on this EZ400 are pretty slick. New Classic, of course, is the name of Ribsy's podcast too, but there's something more important than the branding. You see, EZ400 doesn't come in your standard non-biodegradable plastic canister. Instead, it comes in this much more eco-friendly recyclable paper cardboard canister with the printing in soy ink. Now, I'm not trying to argue that film photography is particularly environmentally friendly, but anytime you can reduce the amount of plastic that ends up in a landfill, that's a step in the right direction. Alright, now that you've got a little background on the film, it's time to share some highlights of the rolls I shot. All of these images were shot at box speed in my Canon Rebel Ti. I developed the film in my kitchen sink with Kodak HC110 Dilution B, and then scanned the images with my Epson V550 using Epson Scan 2 software. Stick around after the images and I'm going to share with you a hot tip that might just save you money on this film and other films too. So when my local camera stores don't have what I need, my go-to online source for all my film stuff, again, is filmphotographystore.com, run by Mike Rosso of the Film Photography Project and Film Photography Podcast. Mike's also the ringleader of the Film Photography Project's YouTube page, and I've got a link for all this stuff down in the description. Now my hot tip has to do with the FPP, and that is if you sign up for their free newsletter, they oftentimes will include codes that can save you money at their film photography store. So it goes like this. You find the codes in the newsletter, and when you make a qualifying purchase, you just apply the code at the checkout, and you might end up saving some dough. And don't worry about getting spammed by them all the time. You're going to get about 2 free newsletters in your email a month. They've always got interesting links to articles and videos that pertain to film photography as well. So if environmental issues and sustainability are important to you, you may want to pick up some EZ400. This film may not single-handedly save the planet, but you got to start somewhere, and every little bit helps. If you want to check out more film stock reviews, click on the playlist that's popping up on the screen now, and if you want to catch future film photography videos like this one, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Until next time, do some good, have some fun, and shoot some film!